assists in the game.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
What is surprising about the 76ers last year, they had the long losing streak, but somehow managed not to finish at the bottom of the East.
Now, here is Miller. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Miller's got 6.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
And the slam dunk by Iguodala.
Boy, they've been so sound offensively in the second half. I love the way they're playing.
Yeah, there's really no comparison in the shooting percentages between the teams since the break.
Well, thinking of Philly in the East again, Clark, the fact that they didn't finish dead last after that losing streak says more about the conference than the 76ers.
Well, I guess I could agree with that. I mean, if you go 14-38 against the rest of the East like the 76ers did, you expect to be at the bottom, but amazingly they avoided that last year. Actually, I will agree. It was more of a testament to the East and its lack of quality play.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Malone comes in for Embiid, and it's McGinnis in for Hill. Iguodala outside. Good on the triple. Iguodala's got the lead up to 9 now for the 76ers.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
A lot of pressure and expectation last year for the Pacers in the playoffs. No longer were they an underdog or a feel-good story. They were expected to make a deep run.
And stolen by Malone. And even 3-on-3 break. They get a hand on it. Paul George with the steal. Miller against Iverson. Miller, no luck.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it. That
pushes it to double digits. And now it's a 12-point 76ers lead. Irving against George. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. George has got 14 points.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different real soon.
Of course, they have to stay hot, but if they do, I think you're right, Clark, particularly if they can convert defense into offense.
Irving dishes to Iguodala. Irving kicks to Iguodala. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That is his first foul of the game.
What a great play to sacrifice his body and take the hit.
Yeah, I thought that was excellent awareness and anticipation to beat him to the spot there.
Miller outside. From deep three-point range, Miller with another miss.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped.
Oh, are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
Great.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
Iguodala, no good.
Well, for Paul George, his leap last season, not just about accentuating his strengths, but also cutting back on the negative plays, in particular, lowering his fouls and turnovers while he was on the floor.
Now Irving. Paul George missing from long range. And that one's good. Irving's got 15 points.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
The three from George. It's hauled in by McGinnis. McGinnis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And for Paul George, looking to cut down on his turnovers, some of that was not forcing the pass when it wasn't there.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that he really has to tighten up on. He had this terrible habit of throwing this one-handed bowling bounce pass that never found its target. So, PG, if you're listening, get rid of that bounce pass for me, Clark.
He's not only listening, he's playing. He's playing the game right now.
He's the real deal, though. He's one of the more enjoyable guys to watch and to hang out with.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Sixers coach Brett Brown, for 12 years an assistant with the Spurs. Coach Popovich said he, quote, lives and breathes the game. Fellow Spurs alum, Hawks coach Mike Budenholzer said he fits Philly because he's a blue collar and he's a tough dude. He's demanding, but players love and respect him. Kevin?
The perfect guy to rebuild their foundation indeed. Doris, thank you.
That's a battle they haven't been winning today, guys. Their work on the glass has to improve.
And that's not the only thing that's gone against them.
And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Collins checked in for Irving. Cheeks checks in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Carter Williams in for Allen Iverson. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Hibbert. Granger comes in for Jermaine O'Neal. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Miller. And it's Hill in for Lance Stevenson.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Now the Pacers moving it up. Stuckey's got the ball. Offensive rebound.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
He lobs it up. George against Malone. And the shot no good, a bit short.
He'll advise shot selection right there, Clark.
It really was. I mean, very low percentage shot.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Philadelphia ahead, up by 15. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
This was a showstopper, wasn't it? Just a difficult pass to make, and he makes it flawlessly to set up that alley-oop.
McGinnis out there with Irving. Then it's Cheeks. Then there's Allen Iverson. And it's Malone in at the 5 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Well, eventually he'll start knocking those down again. He did make 2 in the first half.
Hill has the open look. Off target with his 3. Philadelphia leading by 15. Cheeks the pass to McGinnis. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up Clark that beautiful alley-oop dunk.
And it was nice.
Just a gorgeous assist.
Trips down the breakaway slam.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof.
Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities, that's what it's all about.
We played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. Irving, good.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist totals. I mean, they have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, the player movement, great rhythm to their offense.
Clearly seems to me a different mindset between these teams.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for Philadelphia. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Scola. O'Neal comes in for George. Miller's checked in for Rodney Stuckey. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for George Hill. To the middle. Back to Iguodala. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Great second half. I mean, he came out of that locker room ready to play.
Miller outside. Miller with another miss. The 76ers leading by 21. And the Pacers start off with the ball. Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. And Stevenson is out there with Miller. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Roy Hibbert. And it's O'Neal in at the 4 slot. George, no good. On defense, Indiana. Irving with it. George picks him up. Irving drives in.
Man, that was a real harden it up.
That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary, partner.
Man.
Oh, you know it. The guy can climb the ladder, can't he? Well, Sixers head coach Brett Brown, a basketball lifer. His father was a respected high school coach and actually coached him before he went on to start at point guard at Boston University under Rick Pitino.
Now the 76ers with it.
What a play.
And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And he does it as well as anyone. Tremendous skill in the air.
76ers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Cheeks. Kicks it out to Iverson. Launches it. Hibbert pulls it in. Indiana's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. And it's Miller with the jam.
Certainly that shot well within his range.
I would hope so.
Especially when he caps it off with a steady one-handed jam.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. And Philadelphia making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. From deep. The shot is off. And Indiana will go the other way with it. Outside, George. Stevenson with it. And it's Iguodala picking him up. Here's Miller. The shot's good on the assist by George. And that's now 7 points for Clutch.
Well, he's off to a good start, and he's a guy who we know. I mean, if he gets going early, he can give you problems all day.
Iguodala's drive. And they get it, and Miller with the block. And now running up the court, Stevenson pushing it up, and George with the stuff.
Boy, nice bucket. They're really playing intelligently here.
And even though the lead's not large, they've definitely got the upper hand.
And the 76ers call time here.
The Pacers went with an almost entirely new bench last season. It had been a major weakness for the team in 2012-13. The bench was much improved, and you've got to have that to be able to compete at your highest level, no doubt.
Now here's Iguodala. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And stolen by Miller. Now the Pacers moving it up. And then George with the jam.
They've made one basket after another since getting this game started, and you wonder, is the blowout in store?
Too early to say that and go there, Steve, but it has been pretty ugly so far.
Irving from long range. And the shot is good. Irving's got 7 points in the game.
He's feeling it here to start the game. That's 3 out of 4 already.
And for the Pacers guys, they lack the deep pockets of some of the big market teams. That can be a challenge when you try to fill out that bench rotation.
Yeah, but I think they've done a good job of fortifying the bench within their constraints. I mean, it's certainly not the weakness that we saw 2 seasons ago.
Roy Hibbert, one of the biggest players in the league, Clark, 7'2" last season, bulking up to 290 pounds.
Yeah, he wanted to get stronger to better hold his position in the low post, and for a good portion of the season he did that, then he fell back into some old habits. You know, when he first joined the Pacers, the coach had him slim down to 250 pounds because the type of game the Pacers were playing was a little different, but he's a player who's best playing to his strength, and we mean that literally.
Here's Miller. Philadelphia able to drain the three. Fast break, Philadelphia. Free against Hibbert. And there's a nice one-handed slam. Tremendous stuff from a guy, Clark, we think more of for his passing.
Yeah, but he's got tremendous leaping ability and a surplus supply, too.
Well, that's a great aggressive move, and 2 big points, too. And for Hibbert, it's amazing how far he's come with his conditioning. You hear stories from when he arrived at Georgetown, couldn't do a push-up, couldn't jump rope, said he could barely run. So to get where he is now just took a tremendous amount of work.
Free can't get it to go. Indiana leading, and here we go with Miller running up the court. And stolen by Malone. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clock. He nails it, and we're tied up.
And you can see the importance of that steal. I mean, really a 4-point turnaround with the conversion at the other end right there.
Yeah, that's big. I mean, you negate a basket at one end, score at the other. Now is when the momentum can really shift.
And the slam dunk by Irving.
And check out the bounce.
Bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about this?
Yeah.
All right, showing him off right there. Good move.
What does that even mean, Kevin? Bounce to the ounce?
There's the three. can't get it to go.